Good morning, sports fans. What's up, y'all? Been a minute, but I'm back. Plan on being back for a minute, so strap in. What we got going on, man? Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sports with Balls. I'm your host, Jeff Michael, coming to you on this Thursday, December the 11th, 2025. 2 weeks away from Christmas Day, man. 2 weeks away from Christmas Day. Weird. We got a loaded show today. Thursday night football kicks off week 15 with the Falcons and the Bucks in Tampa. The NFL playoff picture is absolute chaos right now. The college football world is melting down over the playoff format, and MLB's winter meetings just blew the F up with Pete Alonso walking away from the Mets. Wow. It was just out of the blue. It's not that I didn't expect it, but out of the blue. So grab your coffee, your pre-workout, whatever you got. Let's get into it. First of all, before we get going, we have got to thank a few people that make this show possible. Number one, Novus Building and Design. We believe building is a home. Building a home is more than just construction. It's a calling. Female-owned and family-run, guided by our faith and commitment to integrity. We have spent our entire career turning visions into reality through home building and remodeling services. Give them a call, 713-805-9513, or go to Amanda at novusbuildinganddesign.com. That's Novus buildingdesign.com. Also, my man, Wes Butler over at Butler CCS, dude. Fire, water, mold, roofing, you name it. Give him a call, dude. The guy will hook you up if you've got a roof that needs to be repaired, if you've got water damage, if you've got anything like that, you need to give him a call, 713-330-9472. That's Butler CCS Incorporated. And last but not least, Hercules Geotechnical Consultants, guys. Building on a solid foundation starts with reliable information about the ground beneath you. Whether you're building a home, a highway, or an industrial facility, geotechnical testing is key to ensuring safety, compliance, and efficiency. Hercules Geotechnical Consultants, guys. Give them a call, 713-884-5504. All right, time to talk some sports, baby. Oh, let's see. What do we got, man? Should we start off with the NFL, or should we get into this college meltdown of let's talk about this meltdown real fast before we get into the NFL game tonight. Let's talk about what happened over in Michigan. All right, Michigan fired its head coach yesterday afternoon, and then absolute mayhem broke out. So I guess this guy was having an affair with one of the employees over there at the front office in Michigan. This guy just, man, Sherman Moore, it was the head coach. All right, sources provided me with the graphic details leading up to the arrest of former Michigan head coach Sherman Moore. All right, this is from Rob Reinhardt. During an argument with his wife, this is after he got fired. During an argument with his wife, Moore threatened to kill himself. All right, then drove to and broke into the home of his assistant, where he held a knife to his own throat and threatened to kill both himself and her. He was then intercepted at a local church after his wife provided his phone location to the authorities. Now he's in protective custody. Just a tragic event all around. Okay, now, there's so much here. And first of all, mental health is a major, major issue. If you've got any sort of mental health issues, please get help. Call somebody. I'm sure there's plenty of numbers. Reach out to somebody. It's just, this is an awkward situation. So he was having an affair, obviously. He was the head coach, got fired. I guess his life, once he got fired, he just figured his life was over. Decided that he was going to take himself out, maybe his wife out, maybe the assistant out. Now, there's also a theory out there that the assistant was the one that got him fired, because she's the one that made his affair known to the University of Michigan. there's a ton here. This is all unfolding. This all happened yesterday, but he is in police custody. The head coach of the University of Michigan, after being fired, is in police custody and probably will have to go through some therapy. That is not a way. That is not a way you want to act after getting fired. I mean, if you had a shot at any other NFL job, if you had a shot or any other college job or wanted aspirations to go to the NFL, this was not the way to do it. Wow. So Mr. Moore, head coach of Michigan, is in police custody and probably at a hospital. Just sad news all around for Michigan there. Just brutal. Since we're on that, let's just go down some headlines real quick. Oklahoma City rolls. Last night they improved to 24-1. And if you know me, I don't talk a ton about basketball at the beginning of the season. This is the NBA Cup, whatever the hell that is. But I think they beat Phoenix by 40. Like, wow. The Lakers also got beat last night by San Antonio. And so if I'm correct, and I could be wrong because I don't follow this too much, I believe it's Oklahoma City and San Antonio in the Cup final. Yeah, there you go. What else we got here? Other breaking news, not a ton. I was hoping to hear some Tiger Woods news. I know that sounds weird. I was hoping to hear some news about Tiger Woods, but nothing has come out yet about if and when he's going to play. I thought something would come out this week, but it is a no. No news about him. And I think the last I heard, Tiger Woods was just starting to chip and putt. I think he's 48, 49 years old now. So I don't expect him back on the course anytime soon. Okay, let's get into the NFL matchup tonight, man. We start in Tampa. Thursday night football, Falcons and Buccaneers kick off week 15. Bucs sitting at 7-6, Falcons 4-9, but Atlanta can absolutely play spoiler tonight. Game kicks off at 8:15 Eastern, streaming on Prime. Tampa still clinging to NFC South lead, but they've dropped 4 of 5 and can't afford another slip at home. Atlanta's pass rush has been legit this year, and they've got kind of a quarterback who's had success versus the Bucs defense before. Injury-wise, the Falcons are in a tough spot without Drake London. I know that for a fact because he's on my fantasy. It's the first week of the playoffs, and damn it, I needed that guy. But he's hurt. On the Bucs side, Mike Evans looks like he's going to play, which is a huge boost for Baker Mayfield. Now, that means I have Baker Mayfield and Joe Burrow as my quarterbacks in my first week of the playoffs in round 1. Playing my best friend's daughter, which is going to be really interesting. So it's a win-win for me. If she wins, great. No big deal. But so Mike Evans comes back, and Baker's going to love to have him back. I don't think he's going to get 1,000 yards receiving. It would be a miracle, but he may go for it. Who knows? He's been banged up all season. If Evans can't go as limited, the offense is tight, but of course he will go. We found that out yesterday. What else is Atlanta's offense without Bijan? Okay, so my 2 picks for touchdowns. Sorry, I had to get back with this computer. It just kind of froze on me. Bijan Robinson, I've got him scoring a touchdown tonight. I've got 2 players. Bijan Robinson scoring a touchdown because Drake London won't be there. I've got a feeling Cousins will have a decent night. It's not like Tampa's defense is fantastic, but I do think Bijan will get in there. Again, what's the offense going to look like when Mike Evans is in there? I don't know if he's going to play 80% of the snaps, 70% of the snaps, 90%. I don't know what kind of shape he's in. And the Bucs need this win. They're at home. It's a division game. They've got to, or their path to winning the division is collapsing down the stretch, so they need to really, really get in there. Beyond tonight, the rest of Week 15 is all about playoff survival mode. One of the biggest NFC games, the Cowboys and Vikings. Both teams hanging on to playoff hopes. Cowboys are really, really struggling. They're both on the fringe. A single loss can knock them out. Dallas has been up and down. Minnesota's scrapping for their lives. This one's got. I mean, whoever loses this game, your season's over. So that's a pretty big one. I've got Dak Prescott, who's having a great season again. This is sort of the MO for Dallas. Dak Prescott with a great season, and Cowboys don't make the playoffs. It's just Cowboys, man. Oof. Speaking of making the playoffs, let's talk about the MVP race because it's getting spicy. New breakdown this morning has Matt Stafford and rookie Drake May at the top of the list. I mean, both of them having great seasons, but I'm going Stafford. Look what the hell he's doing. It is ridiculous. Drake May's doing incredible. In fact, football's back in Boston. Football is back. I'm not saying you're forgetting about Tom and Bill, but damn, Drake May looks great. He looks like he found an offense that fits him. I mean, you should be safe for 2 or 3 years, and you should have people wanting to come play there. So I see the Patriots for the next 2 to 3 years, at least barring an injury to Drake May, being very, very formidable. I like the Patriots, man. Who's being slept on? I don't know. As far as MVPs, I think Drake May and Matt Stafford are the only two that really are in the running unless something really bad happens. I mean, there's only 3 more weeks. So I think we'll be good to go. A couple of important health notes around the league. In Cincinnati, the Bengals are hoping to get corner Dax Hill-Stewart back, while wide receiver T. Higgins is still in concussion protocol. That's massive for a team trying to stay alive in the AFC race. Getting a key defender back will, while their big play receiver status hangs in the balance. I think that's about it. I'm going to go over my parlays of the day here in a little bit. So I'll go over all of the NFL games here in a few. Let's move over to college football. We already talked about Thursday night. Oh, you know what? No, I'll go over the games here in a minute. Let's move over to this college football playoff stuff. I haven't had my take on this. Notre Dame getting shafted. It is what it is, dude. I'm not. Look, did they screw up? Maybe. Look, if the games end up perfect, then we'll all look back at this and go, "Oh wow," like doesn't really matter. But should Miami be in? Should Notre Dame be in? I'm not going to say Texas. I wanted Texas to get in there, right? But that loss to Florida was their downfall. Should we allow James Madison to play Oregon? These are all questions that I have no answers for, and we thought this was going to bring clarity to the college football championship, and it has not at all. I mean, do we expand this? Do we not expand it? We could sit here for an entire hour and just debate this subject, but we're not going to do that. Let's just get over to the actual games that are being played. Army and Navy play this weekend, and one of the best and my bucket list things to do is go to this game. Army, Navy, 2 p.m. CBS on Saturday will be absolutely fantastic. 44 degrees. Doesn't look like the weather's going to be too much of an issue. And, man, Army 6-5, Navy's 9-2, but you can throw those out the window when these two play. It is a fantastic environment, and I wish I could go. And then there are the bowl games. South Carolina State at Prairie View A&M in the Cricket Celebration Bowl. I'm not betting that one. Boise State and Washington will play. These are Saturday. This coming up Saturday. Boise State and Washington will play at 7 p.m. on ABC. Washington 8-4. Boise State 9-4. Washington minus 9.5. Interesting. May take Boise State in that. Troy versus this is Tuesday coming up next week. Troy and Jacksonville State in the Salute to Veterans Bowl. Old Dominion, South Florida will play in the Staff DNA Bowl. The bowl names get me, man. Louisiana and Delaware. This is Wednesday. Louisiana and Delaware will play in the 68 Ventures Bowl. This is great. This one's fantastic. Missouri State and Arkansas State will play in the Xbox Bowl. I didn't even know. Did they have a PlayStation Bowl? I didn't know Xbox had a bowl. That's fantastic. Wow. Missouri State 7-5, Arkansas State 6-6. Memphis and NC State, which I think is going to be a good game. NC State is favored by 5.5. Give me Memphis plus 5.5 at 1:30. This is the next weekend on Friday in the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Wow. That must be a huge company in Florida because this is in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Myrtle Beach Bowl, Kennesaw State, and Western Michigan. Then we get to the big dogs. Next weekend, Alabama at Oklahoma. Great game. The line says Alabama minus 1.5, over under at 40. This is in Norman, Oklahoma. Man, Alabama's favored in Norman. Oklahoma's ranked higher at number 8 seed, Alabama 9. Wow. That's where do you want to be that weekend is probably, what is that on? That's on Friday. Yeah, that's a Friday night game. Awesome. Then Saturday, you've got the big games. Miami at Texas A&M in College Station. Woo! Texas A&M favored by 3.5. Tulane at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is favored. This is in Oxford, and this is where a lot of the controversy comes in. Ole Miss is favored by 17.5 points in a bowl game in a college football playoff. If they blow that out the water, this is going to be, they're going to have questions of whether or not Tulane should be involved in this. And then James Madison at Oregon, it gets even worse. 21.5 point spread for Oregon. Give me Oregon minus 21.5 versus James Madison. Or actually the over-under is 50.5. It says there may be rain. If there's no rain, give me the over. Oregon's going to hang 60. I don't even know if James Madison has a defense for that. I don't. That is going over the 50.5 or whatever the halftime is. Give me the first half and then give me the second half. Like, my goodness. Yeah, man, I'm not going to go into all these other ones. The New Orleans Bowl, the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl, the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl, there's the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. We could go on for days, man. But there's your breakdown of the college football games that are coming up this week and next week. And, of course, next week I'll do a show or two and probably break down these a little bit more. There was some college – I'm sorry, not college. There was some MLB news that was pretty interesting yesterday. Pete Alonso, the bomb-hitting first baseman, will go to the Baltimore Orioles. Well, he'll join Jackson Holliday, Adley Rutschman, and that group and start bombing away over there. He leaves the Mets. It looks like it is a 5-year, $155 million contract, which I thought was low for Pete. Alonso, after failing to get a long-term deal that he coveted, made $30 million with the Mets in 2025, and he hit 272 with 38 homers, 126 RBIs, hitting behind Juan Soto. The Mets did not make Pete Alonso an offer. Wow. Okay. This is awkward to me with the money that's being thrown around for these players through 5 years, 155. I thought it would be more. I really did. Pete Alonso is an elite player, and he crushed it last year. So maybe there's some incentives we don't know about. But Pete Alonso goes to the Orioles on a 5-year deal. Let's see. Any more news? I saw last week, and this always gets me. And Ben Verlander had a great take on it, where Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens did not get into the Hall of Fame. This is ridiculous. The Hall of Fame is a museum. It's not by law. It is not that. It doesn't mean you are better or worse. It's just a museum. It's like any art museum you go to or anything. You know, there's artwork in there at an art museum that people probably shouldn't think that it should be in there. Doesn't matter. Some people think it's great. It's in there. It's a museum. It's history. To not put Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens in the Hall of Fame. And we thought the reason y'all came up with this vote after the Hall of Fame vote, the contemporary ballot, was to actually get these guys in there like Pete Rose, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, A-Rod, the steroid era. Which, by the way, Barry Bonds was never, ever tested positive, or he never tested positive for steroids during all of his testing in the MLB. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just pointing out facts. There's guys that tested positive that are in the Hall of Fame. And we now are holding him and Roger Clemens out of the Hall of Fame again. Why? It's a museum. He's one of the greatest hitters, if not the greatest hitter that has ever played this game. Like, that is unbelievable. Look at the guys now. Look how big they are. They're twice as big as Barry Bonds, or the same size. How did that happen? Interesting. I don't care. I think Ben Verlander said put a hall, like an asterisk hall, whatever you want to call it, man. But these guys deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. They are great players. I think that you are doing a disservice to baseball in general and to the fans that all watch these guys play by not putting them in the Hall of Fame. I don't care how you do it. Just get them in there. It's unbelievable. But I do think that Barry Bonds said if he was ever invited to the Hall of Fame, he would not go. Now, that would piss me off. If I'm doing all this, voting for you and, trying to get people to get on our side for you getting in the Hall of Fame and then you not show up for your speech and induction, that would be terrible. All right, let's get to the NFL, guys. NFL this weekend and the teams that I think are going to win. And I'm not going to do – oh, by the way, Travis Kelce, thanks for costing me $1,700 last weekend. All you got to do is score touchdown versus the Texans, and you did not. That would have been $1,700. All the other ones hit. All right, Falcons at the Buccaneers tonight. Tampa Bay -4.5. Tampa's played like shit lately, man. I'm just doing a touchdown here. I've got Bijan Robinson and Ujigba. Is that how you say it? I've got both of them scoring a touchdown tonight. So if you want to do your parlay there, that's what I have tonight. The spread I'm not really going to mess with. I just did anytime touchdowns by those two players. You can look at Mayfield's over-under yardage. You can look at Mike Evans playing. But those are the two guys I have scoring a touchdown tonight. Coming up Sunday, Cardinals at the Texans. All right, Texans fans, you're not going to be happy. The Texans have had like one of the easiest rides this season. It's they haven't had a quality win up until the Chiefs games. And then some people would say that's not even a quality win because they were missing 4 offensive linemen and injuries everywhere. Golly, it's hard. That's a very sneaky 8-5 record, man. Sorry. It just is. I understand their defense looks elite, but they've played 5 or 6 backup quarterbacks this year. I understand they had a backup quarterback in as well. But who actually played pretty decent. Davis Mills played pretty good. People forget that he won 3 games in a row right in the middle of this season to help them out. Or else this season be done. The Texans would be absolutely smoked if Davis Mills didn't win those 3 games with them. It's just been interesting. They've got the Cardinals coming into Houston. Houston is favored by 9.5 in this game. Okay, first of all, Houston doesn't score that much. This is a trap game for me. Give me the Cardinals plus 9.5. And I always hate betting because I live in Houston and I just don't bet against home teams. But this one, I may have to take the 9.5. Jacoby Brissett quietly is 15 TDs, 5 picks, and 2,500 yards. That's not bad, folks. It's not bad at all. So I think this game's going to be closer than expected. This might be one of those games that you look back on and go, ooh, whoops. So we'll see. Browns and Bears, not touching it, but Chicago's favored by 7.5. I don't know about Shedeur Sanders, guys. I haven't seen enough. And it's going to be 10 degrees in Chicago, maybe snowing. So we'll see. Caleb Williams. I believe, has under 60% passer completion percentage. That is not good. Somehow the Bears are 9-4. What the hell? One of the most awkward seasons we've seen in a while. One of the best games of the weekend is Ravens at the Bengals. The over-under is 52.5. Lamar Jackson versus Joe Burrow. Should be a blast. The problem here is the injuries for Cincinnati. And we'll see if T. Higgins can come out of concussion protocol, because that is huge for the Bengals. Chargers at the Chiefs. Chargers need a victory. Chiefs need a victory. Should be a fun game. This is a noon game on CBS. They have Kansas City plus 5.5, man. I just Vegas is riding the Chiefs so hard. I don't understand. Give me the Chargers, who are a better team at 9-4 than the Chiefs 6-7. Give me the Chargers plus 5.5. That's easy. I guess Vegas is waiting for the Chiefs to wake up. I don't know if they're going to. Bills at the Patriots in an awesome game. I'm stoked for this one. This is in Foxborough. It will be packed. It may be snowing. Bills and Patriots, Drake May, Josh Allen. It's got the makings for an incredible football game. I'm not going to touch it because I want to watch it. It's Buffalo minus 1.5. Commanders at the Giants. I'm going to skip right by that. Raiders at the Eagles. This is an 11.5 point spread for Philly. It's Philly minus 11.5. Give me the Raiders plus 11.5. Philly looks terrible. Jets and the Jaguars. The Eagles, I say that they're still 8-5 and completely in the playoff race. Jets and Jaguars. Jaguars minus 13.5. Give me the Jets. These lines this weekend are ridiculous. Anytime you're giving me 2 touchdowns, I'm going to take it. Jets plus 14. The Jaguars are good. I get it. They should win this game, but every time you do that, they lose. Packers at the Broncos, another fantastic. There's some great games this weekend. This is awesome. This is in Denver. And on the flip side of this, the Packers, who are 9-3, are favored minus 2.5 over the Broncos at home. Unbelievable. I just want to watch that game. Not going to touch it. Lions at the Rams. The over-under for this game is 56 points. Go get them, Matt Stafford. This is going to be awesome. I'll pick 2 players, maybe 3 players in that game to get anytime touchdowns. Maybe Nakua, maybe Gibbs. I don't know. There's a bunch of players right there. Maybe Johnston. I don't know. Panthers at the Saints. Terrible football game. Carolina, though, it's 7-6. Sneaky. Titans at the 49ers. Niners are favored by 12.5. I probably won't touch that. The Titans are just a really bad football team. And then the Colts at the Seahawks. Now, I'll just talk about this for a second. I do not mind that Phillip Rivers is coming back, dude. This is a dream come true for anybody that's ever played a sport like this at the highest level. You get a phone call that says you got a chance to come join a winning team and a chance to go to the playoffs, and you just get one last hurrah, maybe play 2, 3, 4 games. This is awesome for Phillip Rivers. I hope he's in shape. I hope it's not an embarrassment. Seattle's defense is ridiculous. They're favored by 14 points, but good for him. And then Sunday night, Vikings at the Cowboys. I'll try to get into Monday's game next week if I do a show on Monday. But, yeah, man, good show today. Thank you guys for tuning in, whether you watched on live or whether you are listening to the podcast. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Hercules Geotechnical Consultants. Give them a call at 713-884-5504. Building a solid foundation starts with reliable information about the ground beneath you. Also, my man Wes Butler CCS, 713-330-9472, and Novus Building and Design.com. These guys are incredible. They're new to the show. It is a female-owned business. It is awesome. She makes incredible designs for homes. Dude, any remodels, anything you got, give them a call, 713-805-9513. Building a home is more than just construction. It is a calling. I'm Jeff Michael. This is Sports with Balls, guys. Have a good weekend, man. I'm out of here.